In this video, we're going to take a look at how to find the area of parallelograms, and it's important to understand that just like with squares and rectangles, there is a formula for finding the area of a parallelogram, and that is multiplying the base times the height, okay, as we can see right here. And the way we set it up, just like with area for a square or a rectangle, it's A equals L times W, or S times F, S if it's a squared. And for a parallelogram, A equals B times H, base times height. Okay, now the height will always be indicated by the perpendicular line that you see. Okay, you can see this line right here, that's the height. Now do not confuse the height with the width, okay, of the parallelogram. So finding area is base times height. Okay, so if we're taking a look at this parallelogram, what we do is we have our formula A, or area, equals B times H. Okay, we take the base, 7 feet, multiply it by the height, 4 feet, and we have 28 feet squared. So we're still dealing with square units. Okay, so it's important to put that 2 up there whenever we're labeling the problem. So I'm going to work through a couple of these problems. You can just follow along with me. You do not need to write this down in your math journal or anything like that. Just follow along, and then I'll have you do some with me, and then I'll have you do some all by yourself. So the first thing that we want to do is write out that formula. Area equals B times H, base times the height. Okay. Then after we do that, get another color ink signifying a new step. We'll plug in our numbers. Area equals the base, 3 times the height, 2. Okay, and then from here we don't need to use our calculator on this one at all. We should know 3 times 2. Area equals 6. 6 what? 6 inches squared. Okay, and that's how you find the area of this parallelogram. Let's take a look at another one here. Okay, now I have 16 meters times 3.7 meters, what we're looking at as far as our measurement. So first thing we want to do is write out our formula every time. A equals B times H. Then we're going to plug in the numbers to our formula. A equals 16 times 3.7. Okay, it's important to understand that even though there's 16 meters at the top, it still is the same measurement for the base as well. Okay, now what we can do with this one's could be a little bit trickier, so we can multiply this right on our calculator. 16 times 3.7, that gives us 59 2/10 meters. So we'll write that for our answer. Area equals 59 2/10 meters squared. So we're just multiplying the base times the height, and that's given us our area. Now what I want you to do is get out your math journal, pencil, calculator. Some of these we won't need a calculator, but we'll still get it out just in case we need it, and I'll have you do these problems with me. So the first step in finding area of a parallelogram, I want to write down the formula. Area equals B times H. And then the next step, we want to write the numbers plugged into the formula. Area equals 1 times 4. This one is pretty easy here. And then finally we have A equals 4 feet squared. We don't need a calculator for that one. 1 times 4, that's a pretty easy one. So let's look at another problem here. Okay, first step, I'm going to write down the formula. A equals B times H. Second step, we're going to plug the numbers into the formula. 3 times 2. Final step, we'll write our answer. make sure to get a different ink here. Area equals 6 inches squared. And that is how you find the area of a parallelogram. Now, what I'm going to have you do is press pause on this video. I want you to work out this problem all by yourself, and then when you're finished working it out, I want you to press play and you'll see the answer. And I will have you press pause on the video right now. Now you can see the answer for this problem is 9 centimeters squared. So we multiplied the base times the height, which is 4 5/10 times 2, and 4 5/10 times 2 gave us our answer of 9 centimeters squared. I'm going to have you do one more problem of finding the area of a parallelogram. So I want you to pause this video right now and work this problem out. And then when you're finished, you can press play and I will have the correct answer for you. So I want you to pause the video right now. Now here's the answer to this problem. We have the parallelogram that has a base and a height of 7 feet and 12 feet. And we multiply 12 times 7, that gives us 84 feet squared, and that is how you find the area of a parallelogram. Now what we're going to do in the video is we're going to look at missing measurements and figure out what the missing measurements are of the parallelogram. So what we have here, we have the area already given to us of the parallelogram. Okay, so we have 48 inches squared, that is the area. Now we need to think about a parallelogram that has a base of 8 inches. Our job is we need to figure out what the height is. Okay, so a problem like this, what you do is you just take the area and you divide it by either the base or the height, whatever measurement is given to you, and that will provide you your missing measurement. So what we do is we take 48 and we divide this by 8, and we know 48 divided by 8 is a basic fact, so 48 divided by 8 equals 6. Okay, so the height of this parallelogram would be 6 inches. Okay, now I can work this problem out if I want to double check it. Area equals base times height, and then I can have area equals 8 times 6. You don't have to do this with everyone, I just want to show you that it's the correct answer. Area equals 48 inches squared. So you can see this is the proper way on how to do this problem. So let's take a look at another one here. So the area is given to us, 54 meters squared. Now the height is given to us. For this one, we just need to figure out what the base is. So we have 54 meters squared. We know the height, so what we can do, we can take 54 and divide it by 9. 54 divided by 9 equals 6. Okay, so the base of this parallelogram would be 6 meters. Would not be 6 meters squared. We're not finding the area, we're just finding the measurement for the base. So let me just show you this really quick. Area equals base times height, and we have area equals 6 times 9. You can see that this is the correct answer. We have area equals 54 meters squared. So now what I want you to do is get out your pencil and your math journal, and we're going to do this problem here together. Okay, so we have area of the parallelogram 37 5/10 centimeters squared. The base is 5 centimeters, and we do not know what the height is. So what we need to do is we're going to need to figure out how to find that height, and what we do is divide 37 5/10 by 5. So we can just write it out, 37 5/10, divide that by 5. We can put that right into our calculator here. 37.5 divided by 5. That gives us 7 5/10 for our answer. 7 5/10. So what we will do, we'll just write the height is 7 5/10, but we need to label it centimeters. Remember, not centimeters squared, just centimeters for this problem. Now what I want you to do is work this problem out all by yourself, and I want you to press pause on this video, work the problem out, and then when you're finished, press play, and I will have the answer for you and the steps that I took to get to that answer. So pause the video right now. Okay, so the answer for this problem is 12 inches. So what I did is I took the area and I divided it by our known measurement, which was 7 inches, and the answer for that is 12, so that gives me my height. So the height of this parallelogram, there we go, is 12 inches. And if you want to double check it, just multiply 7 times 12, and that gives you 84. So I'm going to have you do one more problem. You have the area of 64 meters squared. The base is given to you. Now you need to find the height. Okay, so work this problem out all by yourself. Press pause, and then I will have the answer for you after you press play. So I want you to press pause right now. Okay, so you can see the answer is 8 meters as far as the height of this parallelogram. What I did is I took the area and the known measurement, which was the base, 8 meters, divided it, 64 divided by 8 gives me 8 meters for my final answer. Okay, so that is how you find the area of a parallelogram, and that's also how you find the missing measurements within a parallelogram. Okay, so if you have any questions about this topic, please come and see me.